I mean, let's just hit this real quick. This is actually one of the most tired topics, and I think I'll just go on a little, not a rant fully, but I'll just put this out there real quick. The MMA media space is so like, and I guess I'm gonna be a part of it right now, but not really, because this is like, this will be such a small topic of today. But I realize that like this is the fucking main title for every single YouTube channel. You got DC, you know what I mean? You got Ariel, you got Bisping. All these YouTube channels are all talking about the
Your
same
subject
thing,
headline.
which is the fucking White House and all that stuff. I didn't even put that in today's headline. But so yeah, I mean, I think that's annoying, but because there's so much other things to talk about. Like I said, this will be a small topic of today, and it's actually more so that Jon Jones unretired than it has to do with the White House. But the White House ties in because that's why he unretired.
Do you think? We talked about this last time? Do you think his attorney was like, "Hey, we got this.
Yeah, you
Go,
see,
go call Dana back up, bro. Get your ass back in." I think that's what I think. They're going to go to court and some a small misdemeanor, and he's like, "Whoop, let's go."
and so here, how about this, right? So I mean, yeah, you already know I think that because I already said that last week, right? We both agreed on that last week. Like, John's probably going to come back as soon as this fucking legal case wraps. And, okay, so this, again, we got to, right, this isn't even conspiracizing. This is just trying to piece things together because the UFC doesn't give a shit,
Right.
okay? They didn't fucking acknowledge Tom Aspinall as the undisputed champion at the event. Now I'm starting to think, is this because Jon Jones is coming back? Does the UFC now know things that we don't know?
Hey, but
What's the reluctancy?
Hey, could they just be like, no, Jon Jones still the champ?
See, that's what I'm trying to say. What's the reluctancy? Is Jon still the champ? Is Jon coming back? Why haven't you announced fucking Aspinall as the undisputed? I was expecting that.
He's on the UFC on the website. He's the champ though, still, right?
Yeah, but they're supposed to do this ceremony for him.
Yeah.
It's that's the crowning achievement.
Yeah.
They didn't even fucking acknowledge him in like the thing. Like, you know when they put the camera on you, they weren't even like our heavyweight champion, you know?
Right.
So I'm starting to be really sus that Jon Jones is coming back like soon, and he's fighting Tom Aspinall.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be crazy.
I think that's what's gonna fucking happen. I just have a gut feeling about this.
Yeah.
I have a gut feeling about this. We all know that the court system doesn't have shit on Jon in this case. I told you that too when we broke it down. You said, what's gonna happen to Jon? I said, nothing, bro, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens to him. He's all good.
Yeah. I mean, no one like died or anything. You know what I mean?
He's all good, bro.
Yeah. Another hit and run, no big deal.
$2,000. I mean, what? He could pay it if it was $20,000. It don't matter.
Yeah, did little shrooms, no big deal.
Yeah.
Argued with the cops.
So Jon's unretired, and I think, you know, if you are a follower of this show, you know that we knew this was happening. So there's not much to get into. You know what I mean? This is just par for the course of what we believe is going to happen. And now I'm kind of saying I feel like I can see it happening now. A big shocking headline: Jon Jones is out of retirement and he's fighting Tom Aspinall. We got the deal done. Let me ask you this:
would you rather him fight at the end of the year or fight at the White House next year?
See, my thing is,
you care about the White House fight?
I just don't see it like when is this happening? Like, what card is it? Like, what month is it? I guess they said 4th of July next year, right? 4th of July. Yeah, I mean, there is no 4th of July card. We just had a bye weekend.
Right.
So, like, I don't know what they want.
I mean, I'm sure that they would move things around in order to. I mean, of course they would move things around, but I don't know. The fighting at the White House doesn't excite me. Like, cool.
Yeah, and I think
Strickland would love to fight on there. I guess Bryce Mitchell would like to fight. You could get a bunch of like, guys that would love to fight on there, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so let me go, and I'm no like genius, but I feel like I'm gonna seem like a genius here, and maybe I'm wrong. So if somebody's a fucking better genius than me, then call me out. But here's my theory, because nobody's really said this. If you're talking about the White House, right, and you're talking about it being obviously a pay-per-view card or something like that, then the UFC has to like have a venue booked up for that month, right? That takes like a lot of time and planning. Like, you gotta have a venue booked out like ahead of time, right? A few months out, whatever X amount of months it is. So I think that the UFC needs to, like, that's a logistic. Can the UFC like lock in a date for the White House ahead of time? Because if not, you need to have a venue for a UFC numbered card. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And you can't just be like, oh, 3 months out, we're going to do it here. Like, it needs to all be approved. So, like, what are all the logistics that needs to get approved? 45,000 seating arena, because it's apparently going to be held in the front lawn of the White House. Right. So, like, I mean, you guys better start getting to fucking work, because by the time you get all those logistics approved, you know what I mean? You're probably pushing on the deadline of getting a venue booked for the numbered pay-per-view card you're calling for.
Right.
You feel me?
And I would assume too, like if they were going to do it at the White House, they'd want to like just go massive.
Yeah, so I mean, think about all the fucking government approvals you got to get for that shit. Or the city, you know what I mean? The city permits and all this stuff. I know it's at the White House, but you don't just get to do whatever you want.
Trump could just sign an executive order.
Yeah, but you still probably gotta like mandate it and let the city and the government know. Because there's other shit too. I've heard of other stuff like the fire department has to approve it because the fire department has to have enough resources. I'm sure they do because it's at the White House. But I'm just saying, you have to double check it. You can't just be like, oh, it's the White House, we got to do whatever we want.
Right.
You still have to run through the logistics.
I feel you.
And shout out to Just Jew. He said they still have to build this whole White House arena. Exactly, Brody. And by the time they get that shit built, they got to get it approved for a numbered card. And I mean, I feel like it's going to be stressful. They probably, because think about it, Honda Center, right? They're already like, they're like, hey, UFC, like we're open, we're ready for you anytime. Give us the date, we'll have you. You know what I mean? Versus the White House, it's like
we haven't announced that, huh?
And all this other stuff. No, and they said they were going to come here multiple times this year.
And now it looks like it's going to become one time a year. And they have what was a 3-year
3 times contract. They said, right?
I thought it was a three fight contract for 3 years.
Something like that, like 3 times.
They know I know they're coming once. That I do know.
Yeah, well, we're fucking pushing up on. I mean, it's July, no card. Next month's not Honda Center.
Well, yeah, we already got booked out to what?
I think they're booked out till
October.
September.
October. There's already fights scheduled for October.
Is the numbered card scheduled for October? Do we have one open yet? What would that be? 320? November is always MSG. I think December is always in Florida. So, I mean, really, that only leaves October for the UFC to come to Anaheim, if I'm being fucking just using my genius.
So we got the Diego Lopez versus Silva in San Antonio. That's mid-September.
So September's locked in. October's not locked in.
October 18th. 321 is going to be in Abu Dhabi. That's October 25th.
Okay.
The last thing they have is November 22nd at Qatar. So they're Abu Dhabi up and they got Qatar up. So October, November.
So I wonder when they're probably not even coming to Anaheim this year.
Nah, they got to do them once.
If all the number cards are filled up, though. Because MSG is November.
You have fight night?
I don't think you could do fight night at Honda Center.
See, the last time they did it was UFC when Volk got knocked out by.
Well, maybe they will.
That was last year in like January, February.
Like a UFC Anaheim fight night.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, do that. That's more affordable for me anyway. I could actually attend that.